Welcome to This Must Be Heard, a recurring podcast featuring discussions of Delaware County community colleges, events, achievements, and initiatives. Today, Raymond Porras speaks with the advisors for the National Technical Honor Society, Dr. Michael LaMagna and Dr. Anne-Marie Verena, and the organization's student president, Fafali Kiseglo. They will discuss what the organization is and what opportunities they provide. Thank you for listening.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raymond Porras. I'm a communication major at DCCC. I'm a member of the New Media Lab, and I'm also your host for this episode. Today, we're going to talk about the National Technical Honor Society, or the NTHS for short, about their organization and its goals. I have with me the president of the NTHS, Fafali Kiseglo, as well as the advisors of the NTHS, Dr. Anne-Marie Verena and Dr. Michael LaMagna. Thank you guys for joining today.
Thank you for having us on the podcast, Raymond.
Thanks for having us, Raymond. I'm excited for this opportunity.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. So, Dr. LaMagna, starting with you, the biggest question on everyone's mind is, what is the purpose of the National Technical Honor Society?
It's a pleasure being here today to discuss NTHS. The National Technical Honor Society is like other honor societies in that it recognizes and honors the academic achievements of its members. Now, the one key difference is NTHS focus on students enrolled in career and technical education programs. Many people will immediately think of programs like the trades, such as carpentry, plumbing, HVAC, or automotive, but this also includes career programs in healthcare, technology, and criminal justice, such as law enforcement. And career and technical education programs include both the academic components that we typically think of when we're envisioning higher education, but it also includes the technical or hands-on components or training that these students need to be successful in their careers.
Well, I think it's great to hear that there's such a broad number of situations that the NTHS is able to help out these students. So, in addition to that, can you tell us what the main goals of the NTHS are?
Absolutely. The main goals and mission of NTHS is to award scholarships to fund students' education endeavors. It's to make connections between its members and industry professionals and provide career development programming to ensure that our students are coming out of their programs well educated so that they can take their place in our skilled workforce and truly make a difference. And I think this is a good time to bring Fafali in, who's our current chapter president, to discuss some of the other goals of NTHS.
Some of the other goals of the National Technical Honor Society is that it pushes the students to learn more about leadership and what best suits them for their future careers. For my major as a hotel and restaurant management major, this enables me to focus more on the hospitality industry and also pushing me forward to my future career as a hotel manager.
Well, I hope you find some success in your hotel management and hospitality career. And I think it's inspiring to hear all the ways that this organization helps its members and its community. Now, also, Dr. LaMagna, can you tell our listeners what are some of the benefits to becoming a member?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons that students should consider joining NTHS is central to the mission, and that's awarding scholarship funds to students to ensure that there are no barriers preventing them from achieving their educational goal. And as a chapter, we've had 12 members awarded scholarships to finance their education.
And Fafali, as a member of the NTHS, how have you personally benefited while being a part of this organization?
I personally benefited from the National Technical Honor Society for my leadership position as the president. Being the president is not easy, however, it gave me a rewarded benefit, such as being able to connect with members, being able to make different decisions about the events that we plan for the Marple campus and via Zoom, being able to focus on what the students need and being able to help them at any circumstance enables me to understand what leadership is all about, which enables me to understand more about my leadership position than when I first accepted the president position of the National Technical Honor Society.
Well, thank you for your answer, Fafali, and I hope that those who are listening who are members or want to become members really strive towards those leadership positions because they sound very beneficial, in addition to the great scholarships that are offered that sound like a much-deserved break for these students who have been working so hard. Now, transitioning to Dr. Verena, I wanted to ask you, for those interested in applying for a membership, what are the requirements to participate?
Thank you, Raymond. Once again, I'm excited to be here to discuss the National Technical Honor Society. For a student who's interested in joining the NTHS, they need to complete 9 credits at Delaware County Community College with an overall 3.0 GPA. They also need to be enrolled in a career or technical education field.
Well, I think maintaining a 3.0 GPA sounds fairly reasonable considering all the benefits. Well, as we're sort of transitioning towards the end, I'd like to ask each of you individually, why do you specifically think that students should join the NTHS? And we'll start with Dr. LaMagna. Why do you think that students should join?
Well, a large part of the mission of NTHS is building community among its members, and this includes connecting with industry professionals and, more importantly, career development opportunities through their career readiness portal. And I think that's really one of the main reasons our students should consider joining NTHS if they meet the minimum qualifications. And Fafali's done a great job in creating a community as our chapter president, and by offering excellent events and opportunities for all of our members to connect. And so community really is a big part of the benefit of being a member of this organization.
Well, thank you, Dr. LaMagna, and thank you, Fafali, for doing such a great job in your leadership in this organization. Now, also, Dr. Verena, I wanted to ask you, why do you think that students should join NTHS?
I think Dr. LaMagna gave a wonderful answer, and I fully affirm what he has said. Being a member of the National Technical Honor Society is not just an academic recognition, but it's also the entrance into a community of others that are like-minded and motivated to do well in their chosen field, whether that be carpentry, HVAC, plumbing, whatever career and technical field that they choose. As Dr. LaMagna mentioned, there's over $300,000 of scholarships available through the National Technical Honor Society, both at the general and at the very career-specific level. And as Fafali has demonstrated through her leadership, there are opportunities at the Delaware County Community College level to be able to become involved. I would just like to say that I think one of the most exciting and invigorating things of being involved in the National Technical Honor Society is that it's constantly changing. There's always new students coming in with motivation and energy and that career readiness component. We have induction ceremonies during the fall and spring semester. So there's always this influx of new energy to the National Technical Honor Society.
Well, thank you for your answer, Dr. Verena. And finally, moving on to Fafali, why do you personally think that students should join the NTHS?
Students should join the National Technical Honor Society because it gives them a sense of who they are, and they can be able to network with other professionals to help them get to the level where they want to be at.
Well, thank you, Fafali, for your answer, and thank you all for your answers. And it looks like we're almost about out of time, but before we go, I'd like to let our listeners know that we have any relevant links for those who are interested in applying or those who are interested in learning more about the organization. But before we go, I'd like to ask for anyone's final thoughts, starting with Dr. Verena. Anything before we go?
I think we've covered a great amount of detail about how wonderful the National Technical Honor Society is, both for students here at Delaware County and as they transfer to the next chapter, whether that be university life or into their careers in the technical fields. I'd just like to say thank you again for the opportunity to shed some light on this wonderful organization.
Of course. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about it with you guys today. And also, Fafali, do you have any final thoughts before we go?
Yes, students should be able to join because it gives them a sense of who they are, like I said previously, but it also allows them to feel accomplished in their achievements.
Right, thank you. And finally, Dr. LaMagna, do you have any final thoughts?
I just once again want to reiterate what Dr. Verena said, and thank you for highlighting the great work of NTHS here at Delaware County Community College. And I'm looking forward to having new members join as the result of this podcast, as they hear about all the great work and opportunity that's available to them. And so, Raymond, thank you for having us on the podcast today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Dr. LaMagna, and thank you all. And I think the pleasure is ours to be able to listen to you all speak today. And we're out.
You've been listening to This Must Be Heard, brought to you by the New Media Lab and the Office of Athletics and Campus Engagement. Today's hosts and producers were Raymond Porras and Fafali Tseglo. Our guests today were Dr. Michael LaMagna, Dr. Anne-Marie Verena, and Fafali Tseglo. Our co-executive producers were Lushonda Stevens and Kara Oakes. Lushonda Stevens was also our production coordinator. Raymond Porras edited our episode, and Kara Oakes and Lushonda Stevens prepared our title cards. Victoria Culbreth and Samuel Larson designed our cover art, Indigo Fraser composed our theme music, and I am Michelle Stover, your announcer for this episode. Special thanks to the Director of Athletics and Campus Engagement, Allison Gleason, and our faculty advisor, Professor Maria Boyd. If you have an interest in participating in the New Media Lab, contact the Office of Athletics and Campus Engagement or reach out to us on Instagram at DCCC_New Media Lab. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Thanks again for listening.